Hey guys, welcome to this brand new video with yours truly, Queen Choma. I'm here right now to share with you 7 things that's making your business harder than it needs to be. Okay, so if you feel like your business is a bit slow, you're not receiving all the clients you want, your sales are not coming through the way you desire, if you feel like your business is causing you a little bit of frustration, maybe you feel like you're under earning, you might feel like some things are old in your business. Maybe you feel like business is not as fresh as it needs to be, or as interesting as it needs to be, or as maybe it's not as fascinating as it needs to be. Let's talk about all of these things. I'm going to share some reasons as to why you're feeling this way. And yeah, hopefully you'll see something here that really resonates with you, which I think it will. So be sure to follow, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that bell for notifications, and be sure to actually drop me a comment. Let me know where you're from. Like, where do you live in this world? I would love to hear. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have an online business? Let me know. Now, these tips can apply to you if you have an online business or offline business, but this is mainly for those of you that have an online business, okay? Okay, so the first thing is you're not investing in yourself, or you're not investing in yourself enough. Like, sometimes we invest in our businesses and then we stop. And then we start thinking, I've already done it. I've already bought some programs. Some of you are at a level where you should be spending more money in your business than you are right now. You might be spending a few hundred on your business here or there. That might not be right for your level. My pastor often says this. He says, know your size. And in my church, it's like they talk about, like, don't give God trash. Like, it's almost like if you're giving God an offering, are you don't package trash to God. Remember, in when the Lord, think about Abel and Cain. He rejected Cain's offering because of the fact that he didn't really give God a good offering. He liked Abel's offering. So make sure that you are investing in a way that makes sense. Be thinking about, investing in courses, sign up to work with people. Don't be crafty, don't be stingy to put your money down to invest in your business and invest in yourself. This could be self-care things. It could be buying yourself a bunch of flowers. It could be buying books that will help you to really work on your money mindset, work on your business, learn things about business. It could be that you need to invest in yourself in the sense of going to working with a personal trainer, or hiring photographers or videographers. There are different ways to invest in yourself, but typically coaching courses, coaching programs, and books will be very, very good. I recommend every single month invest in yourself, and this is going to really make you have the shifts that you need to. Number two, you do not have the team members that you need. Enough team members. Some of you have 2 team members and you need 4. Some of you have none and you need 10. Some of you have 3 and you need to actually let go of 1 and just have 2. So some of you have too many, some of you don't have enough. And sometimes there are seasons where you're in transition where you don't have any team members. Like at the moment, I normally have 2 team members typically. Like, I prefer to have 2. But that doesn't mean I don't need to hire other people. I will still hire other people in different ways. So it could be that even though I'm hiring, like, I have an assistant or two assistants, for example, that does not mean I'm not working with other people. Maybe I have a coach as well, and then I might be having like, maybe I could have a singing teacher that's like, so there are different ways to have people on board to support you. So whether they are in your team in terms of business, or whether they are just people that you hire to support you to be the best that you can be for your business or for your life. So if you're finding that you don't have anyone that you're paying to help you to be a better businesswoman, or to be a better male entrepreneur, yeah, that could be a problem. Don't do it all on your own. You're not a machine. It is okay to invest and get people to help you. Number 3, a lack of publicity, lack of good PR. Some of you remember that people are always talking badly about a business, a company, and a person. It doesn't matter who we are. It doesn't matter how great your business is and how fantastic it is. There is always someone speaking negatively about your business, about you. And so one of the ways to conquer this is definitely to keep on making sure that you're getting as much good PR, good media coverage, visibility as possible. Put your best foot forward. Get yourself into magazines. Be on TV. This is a way to put your enemies to shame as well. This is a way to silence the critics. This is a way to get good eyes on you and get the bad eyes off of you. People love celebrating people in the media. That's why they call it celebrity, because they're celebrated, because they're doing things that people think, wow, congratulations. You need some wow moments and some congratulation moments. So you've got to get more publicity for your business. And this could be you hosting your own podcast show. It could be people you interview. Like I'm just about to do some new interviews on my podcast, and I'm already getting some names saying yes. And I'm like, yay, because these names, the people that are coming on my podcast by God's grace, it's not even just about their names, it's who they are. And I don't believe in, I think some people like to get carried away with all of that, like, oh, this big name, that big name. I don't believe in that. Like, I feel like it's nice to have people with a big name or a big influence or whatever it would be, but I think it's about quality, not it's not about, oh, they have 700,000 followers. It's about like, let's have a good conversation, let's sit down and let's just like really do this in terms of collaboration, basically. So sometimes collaboration could be the thing that you need. It could be a situation where you really need to just get yourself onto TV. Have you actually spent some time really pitching yourself for television, or have you tried to write for articles? I mean, sorry, write articles for blogs or write articles for magazines. Um, it's just important to put yourself out there. I've just found that with businesses that are not getting onto podcasts and they're not having collaboration opportunities, or they're not attending events, I find that their businesses become very stale and boring. And this is one of the ways to shift things, is just get some PR for your business. Why don't you try and aim for like 2 to 4 a month? Okay, so that could be 2 podcasts, it could be 2 collaboration opportunities. I've typically found that I get about 4 opportunities a month. Now that's how it used to be all the time. Like, and I think it's still that way now. Um, Maybe this month has not been as much, but I've already started booking things this month, and I think we're going to do it this month. So I think it should be no different. But typically, I get around 2 to 4 media opportunities a month. And before, around the time of the pandemic, like when the pandemic like kicked in, I think that okay, sorry, this is what I wanted to say. Most of my publicity, a lot of my publicity back in the day was actually live. So it would be me on TV in person. But there are things you can do online. So you can do things in person or online. If you're trying to be in the media, you can do it from the comfort of your home, or you can do it in person. Okay, so don't let anything stop you with this. If you need help with this, by the way, I am launching. I just want to talk about this quickly, and I'll talk about this more later. But basically, I am putting together this new bootcamp called the Business Bliss Visibility and Fame Bootcamp. It is a basically a 4-week bootcamp where I'm going to be talking about things like this. We're going to talk about business, like what's working, what's not working, getting business clarity, what needs to shift, what ideas can take your business forward. I'm going to share 100 business ideas. You know, some of you are doing some great things, but if you just added in a few new things into your business, it would change everything. I always believe there is $1 million PR idea, and I talked about this in my group once, one of my Facebook group. I said that, like, I did a training, I did a sort of 3 day, I think it was a 5 day challenge, and I said I taught them how to find that $1 million PR idea. Now, I work with a lot of women in business that are earning hundreds of thousands, and some of them are millionaires, whether they are a millionaire now, like, or whether it was some of my clients were becoming a millionaire. They were earning hundreds of thousands, but they weren't a millionaire yet, but now they're millionaires. And some of my clients have been celebrities. And basically, because I've worked with these women at this level, these high earners, I have seen what they're doing. I've seen the things that's going on behind the scenes. I've learned from them as well, and they've obviously learned a lot from me. But one thing I have learned is that I think that PR people like me, publicists, we add the icing to the cake. So if they're pitching themselves, I will say, or if they're doing an interview, I will say, this interview, you need to do it better in this way. I'm the kind of person, I bring the dazzle, like bring the glitter. They are already fabulous and dazzling and all of those good things. But what I mean by this is I will come up with an idea that will bring some kind of confetti. And that's what publicists do. We're like, go on television. And they're like, I'm afraid, I don't think I'm ready. or they're readying everything, but maybe they're wearing a dress and I'm like, okay, we need a brighter dress, we need a bigger dress. So that's what PR people do. We bring the confetti, we jazz things up. We listen to the video, we say, okay, can you redo that video, the video that we're sending to, can you wear something better? That's what PR people do. We kind of, in a way, it's almost like it's a bit like branding, to be honest. It's just like we're kind of up leveling their brand. So this is what you need. Think of like next level ideas, next level ways. So this is what we're going to be talking about in this program. I'm going to be covering a lot of PR in it. I'm giving you lots of PR strategies and tips, and also tips on being famous or how to handle fame. Because one of the things that stops people from being successful in business is a lack of visibility. And that lack of visibility is to do with the fact that they're afraid to be visible because they're afraid to be famous. But once you conquer some of these fears, you will be able to have enough fame to bring in that money you want to bring in. Because if you think that you're going to do what you're doing now and earn 10,000 a month or 20,000 a month or 3,000 a month, but you're doing the bare minimum now, trust me, it may not work. But what's going to work is when you up level how you're showing up, then the money flows like a river. I know that when I was earning my most money in business, I was showing up in a completely different way. There are times when I want to go a little bit more quiet to focus on other things. At the moment, this is one of these times where I'm just focused on other things. But the minute I'm like, okay, I really, really, let's just say I want to make, let's just pretend I want to make 10,000. Then I cannot be basically doing the bare minimum and then expecting 10,000 to come. So we're going to talk about all these things. And the link is in my bio section. So check out the link in my bio section. Get yourself signed up. It costs £222. It's going up to £333. I'm actually going to put it on my website. There's a link below that I used with Pensite, but I'm going to also get it on my website too. And so you can click sign up on the website or through Pensite, or just send me a DM over at Queen Choma on Instagram. It's obviously over there on the screen. Send me a DM on Instagram if you're interested in this course, and I'll send you more details. Okay, number 4, wrong environment. You're around the wrong, you're in a wrong environment. Think about a fish. If a fish is in a fish tank, it's just going to be swimming around that fish tank over and over and over. But if you put that fish in an ocean, it will just be, it will be limitless. It will be limitless. Okay, so some of you are in this very small environment. You're in this really tiny place in life with your family, with your friends, with your locals, and it's like it's time to break out of the same old friends, the same community, the same place. It's time to move into the fresh and new. And this is why sometimes it's really good to have divine connections from God, praying for God to give you divine connections, because He will connect you with people that will change your life, your business, your ideas, your thoughts. And sometimes we're just stuck in our ways. We're just like, this is how things need to be. And it's like, God is like, okay, this is the kind of person you need to work with. This is the kind of person you need to be with. This is the kind of, these are the activities you need to do that's going to give you the success you desire. Like, there is something I'm working on. There's a project I'm working on, and I basically saw this guy online. Basically, I saw this guy that actually offers some services to do with music, and he basically is abroad, really far away. I'm going to tell you more about this when it's happening, because I don't want to talk too much about my music yet, but there's some things I'm working on and I don't want to share the juicy details yet. But basically, I'm working on my music. I've hired someone that is abroad, and I'm going to share everything down the line once we get going with like getting the music all produced and stuff, which he's going to be doing by God's grace. So what I'm trying to share is I didn't just choose somebody in London. Now there are people in London that I'm working with as well for some other projects. But I just love the idea of like, okay, if this seems great, let's run with it. Like if this person seems like they're going to be able to help me to achieve my aim. I don't, and this applies to other things. Like I don't just want to go to a conference in London all the time or in the UK. I love to go to different countries. Like I went to a conference in Dubai and I spoke at this conference. I spoke at a conference. I go and speak in Bulgaria every year. I put myself in different environments to learn more about culture, meet different people from different parts of the world, to explore diversity. Because if not, we can be stuck in our ways. And I don't want that. And I just want to encourage you that if you're not really seeing the shifts, it could be you're in an environment where you're stuck. Think about Madonna. Think of all the celebrities. Rihanna, right? Rihanna left her home country, Barbados, and went straight to America. I think she went straight to New York or straight to LA. And look what happened. I know that not everybody has had that same success, but I do want to encourage you. Even if you can't leave your environment in terms of moving, begin to go to places or find the right groups, the right online communities. Sometimes it's online communities where you can receive the support, because a lack of support, which is what I'm going to talk about later, a wrong environment, it can ruin everything for you. If you just think about women as well, when they're in those relationships, those toxic relationships, where they're absolutely miserable. What happens? They don't prosper. They don't make progress. The minute they leave that guy that's just giving them headache every day, their lives, everything shifts. They're now confident again. They now work on them. Next minute, they're living their best lives. Okay, number 5, spending too much time on social media. I think we're all guilty of this. The thing that you can do is look in your phone and just look at the screen time and see how much time you're spending on your phone. That's what I've done. Look at screen time. Look, my one is very high, guys. It's unbelievably ridiculous. Like, it's not even like 5 hours a day. It's more. It's not even 6 hours. It's more. Okay, so but the thing is, I'll give myself the credit of saying that I do my PR work from my iPad and my phone as well. But I would love to like spend hours off social media, and that's something that I need to work on. And so do you. And so do we. I mean, some of you may not need to work on this, but most of us do. Okay? So make sure you're not spending all the time on social media, because now you know where your money's now you know why you're not making the money you want to make. If you spend that same time speaking to potential clients, reaching out to ideal clients, promoting your business, guess how much more you'll be making more money. Some of us are complaining to God, "Oh Lord, how comes I'm not earning this?" Yeah, you're not actually earning it because you're spending too much time doing things that are irrelevant. Number 6, a lack of support. Okay, so you need like I've always had things like accountability buddies or mastermind partners, or maybe a friend that can encourage me, and I'm encouraging my friend. It's so important to get the help that you need to move forwards in your business. And that is to do with accountability. Now, in the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he talks about this. He says that it's important to have a mastermind. A mastermind is a group of people that come together to support each other to be successful. You can have. I used to be in a group with like 2 of my friends. One of them was a lawyer. The other one was an accountant, or I think she was a bookkeeper. So we used to be in this group, 3 of us, and we would meet every single week, and we'll have accountability. I've had another friend that lived in Latvia, and so we used to meet on Zoom and do accountability like that, like just hold each other accountable in our businesses. Another friend of mine was in America. We did accountability as well through Zoom, or whether it was WhatsApp and stuff like that. So definitely get yourself some support. Like I mentioned, sometimes it could be communities like Facebook group. I'm on Reddit, and I've got like I'm in quite a few groups. That, like, one of them is a PR group. I'm in another group to do with like just something to do with achieving your goals. I'm in a group to do with, like, it's just a way to really get that support and be around. And I don't normally use Reddit, but recently, I think for the past month or 2, I've been on Reddit, and I found it to be quite valuable because I've met some amazing people. In fact, I've even had a Zoom call with someone that I met from there, and I'm hoping to have like weekly Zoom calls with people on Reddit to support one another in our endeavors to achieve the goals we want to achieve. So I'm making friends there and stuff. Like, people are like, and I've won a couple of awards. I've won a couple of awards. But anyway, number 7. Self-sabotaging behavior. So you might ask, how am I self-sabotaging? I'll tell you. I'll give you some examples of how you're doing it. You're spending too much time napping. You keep sleeping, nap. That's self-sabotage. It could be you're not, like I said, you're not showing up in the media. You're not deciding, do you know what? I'm going to be on television and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to pitch to all these TV channels, and somebody's going to have me on their show. You cannot keep pitching and get nothing. It's not possible. You'll get something. Even if you start small, okay? So put yourself forward for magazines, the blogs, newspapers, TV, radio. That's what I did, and it worked. I got press. I've been in Forbes. I used to write for Thrive Global. I was a contributor for Thrive Global. I basically have written for a blog called The Undeniable Life. I did that for about maybe 6 months or so, or maybe a year. I basically have written for other magazines, and I've been featured in Nigerian magazines. I've been on TV. I've been on mainstream media like ITV, for example. MTV, BBC One. I mean, I just put myself out there. Some of it was to do with castings and auditions. Some of it was me just applying through the website. Some of this was me phoning them up. Some of this was me sending an email. Get yourself into the media as one of the ways to, that's one of the best ways to not sabotage. You need press for your business. Your business needs media coverage. Okay, so get yourself out there in terms of speaking gigs. Speak at least one or two summits a year or one or two conferences a year, and organize your own event every year. This is like, some people don't want to do these things, but they want to be earning 5,000 a month. You want to earn seven. Like, it don't. You don't even have to. You don't have to think about it. All you need to earn is enough money to be able to put food on the table, pay your bills, and actually have enough money to buy your clothes, your centrals, and so on and so forth. So let's just say something like 3,000. That's typically enough for people. Maybe 2,000 is good for you, right? So that's something that you can say, yep. But the good news with business is it's limitless. You could earn 50,000, you could earn 100, you could earn 50 million. There's no limit to business, because most businesses, you can just keep coming up with ideas of things to launch to just make more and more money. Okay, so definitely try to not limit yourself by some of the other self-sabotaging behavior is if you're not thinking big enough, if you're not visualizing, if you're not really seeing a bigger picture for your business or for your life. It could be that you're, like I said before, the things that we've discussed, lack of support, being around the wrong people, not investing in yourself. These are ways to self-sabotage. But self-sabotaging behavior is a bit like you might buy a program and then it's like, oh, it's like jumping from one thing to another. Bright, shiny object syndrome, where you keep on like, it's the next big thing you're looking for. Oh, it's not this, it's this. So instead of you to, for example, sit down and focus on creating the blog post that you need to create and post it, you're instead on just looking for the next big shiny object out there, always looking for the next big thing. That's self-sabotaging behavior. And it's self-sabotaging behavior if you're not doing the things you know you should do. But what you need to do is journal. You need to pray, journal, get some coaching, get accountability, and try. And one of the things that I really don't like sometimes about people in business is inconsistency. And one of my friends once said to me that one of the things I love about you is you're always consistent in reference to my business. Like he said, every week you send that newsletter out. Now, for a while, I haven't sent out my newsletter because I basically, there's a few things this is what we're talking about in terms of like when business, you've got to get to a point sometimes where you start to review things, you update things, you change things. There needs to be some changes in business, and that's the season I'm in now. A season of pulling away, doing little bit of different things rather than the same thing, right? So there's a time to stop certain things for a bit, take a pause, and that's what I've done with my newsletter. I've taken a pause. I've not posted my newsletter for a while. I don't want to be out there with my newsletter yet. I want to work on a few things behind the scenes and then go back into it. Because sometimes we work too hard, we're not working smarter. So this is why I ended up realizing that this is beyond what I'm thinking it is. This is about me helping women in their businesses, kingdom women especially in their businesses, boss space, female coaches. Like I realized that what am I doing in business that's working? Because I realize there's a lot of things working. I'm able to make thousands a month. Typically making thousands a month, right, in my business. And I'm like, well, some women are telling me they're not making any money. Or I can just tell because I know when people are not making money. I know, right? And I'm like, why is that? But what I've realized is because typically they're doing a lot of a lot of these things are going on. And there are other things going on too. Some people are so stuck in their ways that all they do is promote the same thing every single month. They go to the same events, they speak to the same people, they do the same marketing, and then they wonder why it's just not that interesting in their business. So if you need some help, I hope that you will consider basically consider my bootcamp. It's called the Business Bliss Visibility and Fame Bootcamp. The link is in my bio section. We're going to cover things like this, systems, structures. We're going to cover business ideas. I'm going to give you 25 tools and apps. Basically a list, a PDF where you'll be able to look at the different tools, apps, softwares that I'm using in my business that's helping me, like basically that will help you to have a six-figure business. If you have not made six figures in your business, then you can join this program and you will learn exactly what to do to have a six-figure business. Now, I'm not saying to you you're going to make six figures in 6 months or six figures in 9 months, but I'm saying if you apply the ideas that I share in this program, you're definitely going to make six figures. And let me tell you why. Because I work with companies that are making millions or hundreds of thousands. And when they finish working with me, they're earning a lot more money. If they're earning 10,000, they're now earning 20,000 a month. If they were earning, like one of my clients, she was earning 10,000 a month and she went to earning 20 to 30,000 after working with me a month, okay? And then the next minute I knew her business has boomed even all the more. A lot of it was to do with the fact that she increased her PR. I made sure she had things in place that made her look a certain way so that so her clients want to work with her because they think she's quite famous. She's a little bit famous, so I want to work with her. One of the things that I used to be on TV like every single week, and it was so easy to get people to come to my events because I'm on TV every single week. I just need to say, watch me on Ben TV on Tuesday. How easy is it to sell your products and services when you're on TV each week? Easy. Now, if you don't have something like TV, it could be Facebook ads. I will let you know what's missing. And if you just want accountability, you don't even have to do this to do with like maybe you're even earning more money than me, but maybe you just want to be in my energy. You just want to be around me. You just want to be in my presence. And what I mean by that is it's not like my presence is better than yours. I'm not talking about that. But what I mean is sometimes you just want to like hang out with someone. So if you want a biz bestie and you want to hang out with me, then let's hang out together in this program called the Business Bliss Visibility and Fame Bootcamp. So let's look at our businesses together, evaluate things, improve things, and tighten things up. Let's look at our visibility strategy so that we're not spending our time on social media and not actually bringing in the bank, like not turning that money, not turning the publicity or the visibility into bank. We need to turn it into money, right? And then the fame, we need to learn to handle fame so that we can go back out there again and do more visibility, be more visible on media platforms. Sometimes we need to pull back and then move for sorry guys, I'm getting tired now with this, like I'm just like blah blah blah. And the funny thing is I've had to redo this about 3 times, so but basically sometimes we need to pull back and to go far forwards. And so many people just keep doing, but they don't take a moment to pause, reflect, revise, improve, re-strategize, and then launch again, bigger and better. And that's what celebrities do. They're always looking for ways to do things bigger and better, reinventing themselves, improving their brands. So let's do it together, guys. The link is in my bio section, and you can send me a DM, as I mentioned before, at Queen Shami. My email's here as well. Email me or send me contact me, visit my website to find out more about me. I love you so much. Thanks for listening. And